can hear a lorry on the road behind us. Morning everyone, and welcome to this week's Art Weekly. What was the result of, I think I said last week or the week before, what was the outcome of working on the rolls of paper? And this is the outcome. This is a canvas that I've had for a long time, and I've been unhappy with it. I was unhappy with what was on there for a long time. But it's big. No, where to begin? I just kept putting it off. It was niggling me, but I kept putting it off. And working on the rolls just triggered something that said, yeah, let's have another go. I've got areas that are not, it's not finished, but I'm well on my way now. I've got areas I can stand back and see, because I've been living with this for a couple of days. And so I can see that there are areas to go. But I feel so much better from playing on the paper, on the lining paper, outside. Just freed me up and gave me a better mindset to approach something on canvas. The playing around that you do, whether it's in sketchbook, on rough paper, on your lining paper, wherever it is, if you keep practicing just free experimentation, you somehow that just settles into subconscious and finds its way out. And happy days. I'm really enjoying this. I'm filming this the day before we pack the car to take things for the exhibition. So when this video comes out, yes, the exhibition will have been up and running, and we will be coming up to our last weekend, which is weird to think about. So I will drop in the events as they unfold for the week. Just nice to be having a breather down on the floor. Oh crumbs, I always underestimate how much there is to do. The work's got to come down from the cabin. It's now stacked in the hall before it gets to the car. The other thing that I always underestimate is the labelling. I'm halfway, maybe I'm halfway. I've pre-wrapped, I've got a few things. I've found some of this skinny foam, which will be good to use as a wrap if they sell, and good protection just to get them down there. So a small shadow box, a bag full of those, bags of all sorts of small things. Well, a mix. It's really good to have a mix of everything. So nearly lunchtime, and then later on we'll load the car with as much as possible, probably 2 trips, and I'll film again when we get to the other end. I'd much rather be working on the easel, working on some artwork to share with you guys, but this is the other side of it. I guess this is just another part of it, and it really is good. I would encourage you, if you can, even if you can get to show a few pieces of work, it really is such a lovely, uplifting thing to do. So if you get the opportunity, have a go, do it. Saturday morning, we're heading down, it's raining. There's a quick trip for us in the car. So no blue sky, it all looks a bit grey up there, but that won't dampen our spirits. And this road is directly off of the Pantiles. Lucky to get a park here. Parking is not easy, and got a little bit of roadworks right outside. Oh, and the market stalls are up. Here we are then, starting with Carmel's area. Carmel does lots of photography, She mixes photography with some artwork and colour. She manipulates and produces some fantastic prints. She has a piece here of acrylic, some prints, abstract work, some shawls. She's fantastic at knitting. This then runs into some of my area. You'll probably recognise so much of this work. Some of the mini pieces I've been working on. The sink always seems to get a bit of interest, and that's my station. And in the garden room on the right hand side, some more of Carmel's fantastic photography. She produces giclée prints. And then again, some things that if you've been following, you'll know very well. Little card area and the shadow boxes. Morning everyone, it's Monday morning. This is just a quick dash into the cabin before heading down to Sussex House in the Pantiles. Carmel and I have had a lovely weekend. Some fantastic visitors. And I'll drop in a clip of the lovely people that have dropped in so far. What's happening today? I've got this niggle that I won't get a video out this week. So I thought what I'll do in the quiet times, I've just seen, I need to take that with, in the quiet times, I'm thinking I'll take down today a sketchbook. I'll take my tripod. If I can, I will try and film what I can do in sketchbook with some small squares of watercolour, those small pans that you buy, a couple of brushes, some watercolour pencils, and I'll just see. I do miss being in here, but loving the week, loving it being down there. I really would love to get a video together. It's proving tricky, but I'm going to do my best. I'm going to try and do a little bit of filming. Having a quick cup of tea before we whiz down. A few paintings have gone, which is lovely. This is my station, and so this morning I'm attempting to record a little bit of watercolour work. This is not actually watercolour paper in this sketchbook. I grabbed the wrong thing, but I'm going to use it nonetheless. In that little bag, I've just got some watercolour pencils and those little squares of watercolour that I raided from a pan. Luckily, those ones came out quite easily. I might have to take a hammer I've got a couple of really old palettes of watercolour, and I want to get them out now. So starting, just looking at the floral arrangement in front of me as a bit of inspiration. This is very much an experiment with the green. A spritz of water, just to get things moving, just to get something on the page to respond to. I like having the paper loose because if you're using water, I want it to move around. I like tapping it about, just to get something unexpected really to work with or alongside. I'm laying the pencil. I don't know if you'll be able to see it on the screen, but there's a lot of excess water. So I'm just laying the watercolour pencil into that water just to very loosely put in a little bit of contour, mark making. Using the brush here then just to be washy, taking out some more of the excess that I put down to start with, the excess green. Going in now with one of the small watercolour squares and just using it neat, I suppose that's the way of describing it. I like the fact that you can get full colour, the full pigment, by using them in this way. I like using them on their ends, on their sides. Tuesday today, and another quick whiz into the cabin on the search for the missing watercolour paper. I'm sure I had a pad somewhere and I can't find it, so I'll go and have another look in the house. I have just found, there's not much on here, but this is recycled cotton rag. It comes from South India, handmade paper, and this is a little book that came from Cass Art, and I've used up some of it, so I might have a play with that in the gallery this morning. I digress. Where was I? Yesterday, I'll put a photo in. Kate, I should have got a photo of Kate and Noel, but Noel was very kind and took the picture. So it was absolutely lovely to meet you guys if you're watching. So it's so nice for me to be able now, when I'm communicating in the comments, to actually have a picture of some of you. It's tremendous, it's fantastic. So, and they were going off to look at the Chagall windows in Tudley near Tunbridge. It's not far from here, that I've talked about in a past video. I think I'm due myself for another little trip there. When the sun's shining, all the Chagall windows are amazing, the colours with the sun coming through. So I hope that they got to see the best of the Chagall stained glass yesterday. So I'll look for the watercolour paper, have another play if I get the chance this morning. I'll keep going. That's what Kate and I said yesterday. We need shirts with "just keep going" written on. That would be so good. Right. Well, I didn't get a chance to film, but I did get a little bit down. I'll drop the images in. This is quite nice working on this. I need to have a look and see if Cassart have still got this recycled cotton rag. It's nice with the watercolours. As usual, I wish I'd left it alone, but I didn't. But it was an experiment, everything experimental, so not too worried. I'm going to have to end here because it suddenly dawned on me. We have a poor internet connection. We've tried to get it upgraded so many times, but we have to make the most of what we've got. So I always upload Tuesday evening, because if it doesn't work, it gives me all day Wednesday to have another go. So I was thinking I could film on Wednesday and upload Wednesday evening, but that's just cutting it too fine. So it's a bit of a short one this week. All back to normal, hopefully next week. I just want to thank everyone that has come along so far. Rich and Fran, if anyone's interested, they have a lovely channel and they share their life on a narrowboat. So I've been following them for some time and they're lovely. So if you're interested in narrowboats, if in the UK, just to see what it's like living on a narrowboat, check them out. Floating Our Boat. They're lovely. And thank you, Kate and Noel. Thank you, Carol and Mark. I remembered Carol and Mark. Oh my God, now I'm panicking if I've forgotten anybody. If I've forgotten you, I'm really, really sorry. And I know there are a few more coming in the weeks, so I look forward to seeing you guys. I'll have a video next Thursday and hopefully we'll be back to normal. I'm going to order a roll of watercolour paper to have another experiment in the garden, and I'm also thinking about just laying out some canvas, because we can put the canvas and stretch. Craig can build a stretcher for the canvas. That might be interesting. I thought that might be good fun. So, as usual, plenty of things to be busy with. Thank you everyone for watching, liking, subscribing, all that good stuff. And I will see you next week. Take care and bye for now.